Welcome back. Let's put this in the ether. I want to start off by saying that, men who live in this world, in this society right now, you always pay. Alright? You always pay either by your time, your time in this world, right? You always have to pay by that. You always have to pay financially, right? You always have to pay. No matter what, if you're with a woman, right? You always have to pay. You gotta understand this. Alright, if you're not paying up front, you can pay along the line. You're gonna pay. Alright, if you are in a relationship, right, and you're thinking you're not gonna pay just because you got a wife, thinking it's free to have a wife. Having a wife is not free. Alright, if you fail to satisfy her, fail to meet her needs, you're gonna pay at the end, either by divorce court or by going to jail. Alright, you gotta pay somehow. Right, either you gotta pay for that wedding, pay for that ring, right? Or you gotta pay with your time, right? Nothing is free for men. This world right now that we're living in right now, we are not living in a free world when it comes to dating women. You have to pay regardless, right? If not only that, whether if you are in a relationship with a woman or if you're not in a relationship with a woman, you have to pay, all right? You have to pay somehow. I'm sorry, but this is the harsh reality of it. All right, I don't want to tell you this. I wish it wasn't like this. I wish it wasn't like this, right? But today, if you go out with a woman, you gotta be wary of what type of woman you go out with, and you gotta vet them, right? If you you gotta either pay financially, with your time, or emotionally, psychologically, right? You don't want to lose your mind dating the wrong woman, right? And she breaks your heart. Now you gotta pay with your time, try to recover, right? Try to deal with those emotional damages, right? You find out she's sleeping with your best friends. She's sleeping out with her co-workers. And that's going to cause a lot of emotional wreck on a man if he don't know how to handle himself right, right? Men have to understand this stuff. You have to pay somehow. If you effed up in life, right? If you lose your job, expect her to leave you. Take everything that you have, pay for everything, right? Pay for a lawyer. Because you fail as a husband, right? You fail in a relationship, right? Or if something goes wrong, right, with her, if she start acting up, right? If she start acting up, right, you have to pay for that too. Because ultimately the guys are responsible for the woman. Regardless, no matter what, guys have to pay, right? So you better be careful who you go out with, who you date, who you put your seed in. Alright? If she don't like you, for any reason, she can divorce you. Take everything you have, half of everything, half of your life savings, and destroy you. Now you have to pay for that. Right? Pay for all your children that you have with her. Right? Through alimony, to child support. You have to pay. It's a grim reality of the situation you want to be with a woman. Alright? And then not only that, if you date a woman, all you don't like her, and then she feel insulted or something, she might press charges saying you did something that you didn't really do, and she can put you in jail for false accusations. So you pay with your time. Alright? Look at what the Duke lacrosse team, right? Nothing ever happened, so they try to say something happened, and they pay with their time, wasting all this time for nothing. Right? So guys pay regardless what, when they affiliate themselves with a woman. When you introduce women into your equation, you pay some way. Alright? If you detect anything disloyal from a woman, you cut it off immediately. You don't want to be in that positions. Alright? I've been to so many relationships where I just cut them off. When I detect a single red flag that I do not like, I just, I hate to say it, I hate that word ghosting. Sometimes there's a reason why a guy ghosts. Because the less interaction with them, the less possibility of something negative might happen. Alright? There's a reason why it's easier. Right? It saves you more trouble. Ghosting, I'm not saying ghosting is a good idea. Ghosting might be the best idea to avoid confrontations. Alright? Because next you try to tell her, oh, I don't think we should be going out anymore because I'm not seeing you, I'm not feeling you any this way, I don't have any emotion against you. She can take that the wrong way. What's gonna happen? She can pin something against you. Right? There's been time after time where false accusation happens. All right, time after time, a guy's been me too. All right, at work. All right, when you involve yourself at work, you might lose your job. You pay by being unemployed. That's how you pay. That's another thing. How you pay for your actions. Whatever you do it, you don't do it at all. All right. This is why some workplace guys are avoid talking to women because they don't want to pay for this thing that they didn't do. They don't want to be accused of something that they didn't do. Right. But when you introduce women to the equation, you have to pay somehow. And that's whether you're willing to accept it or not. Are you willing to accept it? Are you really willing to roll the dice with a woman? Right? Modern day women who don't respect you, who don't value you. Right? You don't value men at all in their presence. Why should you participate like that in that type of society? All right? So regardless of what you do, you pay at the end. If you pay, either you pay up front or you pay at the end. You pay up front, meaning you take the girls out. They're gonna expect you to pay for dinner, pay for the entertainment, pay for them to have fun that night, right? If it doesn't go well, you pay later on at the end. That's what it is, right? You pay up front, right? You pay up front for the date. Then you marry her. You pay for the ring, right? Then you pay for the family, and then you fail to make her happy. You pay with the divorce. That's how it goes. Either way, you can't escape. It's a payment. This is a transactional world we're living in. Everything's based on transactions. When you deal with a woman, it's a transaction. It's a business transaction. When you're dating, it's a business. All right? Dating is a business now. This has nothing to do with love. This has nothing to do with romance. Some people out there don't even know what romance is. I mean, some people out there don't know what love is. It's all about transactions. You pay somehow. Right? Romance only is temporary, right? They think they're in love at that moment, right? Give it some time. It's gonna break down, right? Romance is temporarily. Romance don't last forever. Why do you think a lot of relationship end up in a divorce? Because at some point in their relationship, the spark disappeared. They don't love each other no more. And what happened? The guy paid at the end. Paid for her to leave. He paid for him to be out of that relationship. In order to be out of that relationship, he had to pay for his sanity. It also drive him crazy, right? Divorce has to be quick. The more you're in a divorce, the more you pay out, right? The longer the divorce, the more you pay out of your pocket. You got to pay for the divorce. You got to pay for the court fees. You got to pay for lawyers and everything, right? The average divorces out here in North America, the average divorces last for up to a year to finalize. Some divorces, in rare occasions, they only last for 3 months to finalize. So you better hope your divorces is a quick divorces. The quicker it is, the cheaper it is. The longer the divorces, the more expensive it is. All right, and guys have to pay for that. All right, this is why a lot of financial seats, guys have a period of time in their life. They have like what some financial damages in their life, right? Affecting their credit line and all that stuff. Taking out all these loans just to pay off these lawyers, paying these court fees, right? We live in a transactional world we're living, right? So you gotta ask yourself, do you really want to put yourself in these positions? This is why, because of this, a lot of guys are checking out. They don't want to assume this responsibility anymore, right? Guys are going broke. Dating a woman, it's cheaper not to have her. It's cheaper to leave her than to be with her, right? I see that as a benefit. Some guys might say it's cheaper to be with her than to leave her, but I don't think so. At this time and ages, it's better off to pay her to cut it off, all right? For your insanity's sake. For your insanity, all right? Sometimes your time will worth more than your money, all right? Your time will worth more than money, so you have to spend money in order to get as much time of your life back, all right? So no matter what you do, guys always pay into society, all right? Whether they're right or wrong, whatever it is, all right? It's totally against the men, big time. It's a trap. I understand that. And it's a hustle. And guys need to learn that this, because it's one big hustle, it's one big con job. They have to understand that no matter what you do in this life, if you involve yourself with a woman, you have to pay somehow. Why do you think bachelors have more disposable income than couples? Right? Bachelor men have more disposable income, no matter how old they are. Right? More disposable income than if they are with a woman if they are when they're married. Sure, these married couple have a bigger tax break, but yet again, the guy's spending more money just to provide for them. All right, so the better off is to be a single man, so you don't have to pay all your life savings in situations. But yeah, this is a transactional world, and guys will pay it eventually, no matter what. All right, it's whether what step you take to prevent yourself from being in that position. But on that note, guys, if I missed something, leave a comment below. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, peace and blessings.